This is Paul for Redneck Sports. I believe that everybody should win in life, or at least attempt to. The first three maxims of General Robert Nealon's game maxims, I believe apply to everybody. The team that makes the fewest mistakes will win. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. If at first the game or the breaks go against you, don't let up. Put on more steam. Welcome to the channel. Now let's discuss some sports. Oh, and if you don't mind, like, subscribe, comment. And I've got a link tree down below that's got my social media, and it has my Patreon if you want to help out. Thank y'all. Week 13 was another week of some nastiness in the college football world. Let me tell you, it was exciting. It was interesting to watch the Alabama game, which I'm going to get into. For that matter, Texas A&M, Auburn, frickin' BYU, Arizona State. This week was wild. Being a Tennessee fan, watching them not being on the bubble anymore, but will be in the college football playoffs. Man, these games, period. I don't have to go into UT game. They were playing UTEP. It wasn't even anything. But I'm going to go into some of the games that just changed the entire outlook. Oh man, let's get into it. So, Alabama played up against Oklahoma today. This was a stunning loss. Oklahoma 24, Alabama 3. This wasn't even a, hey, we're competitive, we just didn't get we didn't get lucky calls. No. Jalen Milroe, 11 of 26, 42.3%. Jackson Arnold, who I said was a good quarterback, he just needed to have some confidence put into him. 9 of 11, 81.8% completion. No rushing, no touchdowns at all for Alabama. That's not even Jackson Arnold getting that sack once, but Xavier Robinson, 2 TDs. That's right there. Not to mention all of these other players that were combining for all kinds of things. This was a game. Not to mention, hey, interception for touchdown. Let's not forget that. But it basically turned into a Alabama just couldn't handle it at the end of the day. Everything that I'd said about Oklahoma before they played Tennessee, it all came to play here. Oklahoma is now going to go to a bowl game. They've got to play LSU next week. Yeah, well, LSU's not doing all that great. So, congratulations, Oklahoma. That was one heck of a win. What I say about Ole Miss and Florida, Billy Napier has impressed me. He took a team that started out horribly and gave them momentum. That team stuck by his side. Ole Miss, hey, they could have gone, they could have been in the running to go to the SEC championship. Probably wouldn't have made it, but then you look at, they just knocked themselves out of going to the college football playoffs. All this money that Ole Miss spent, all this talking that Lane Kiffin did, well, he ain't going now. Florida, just wow. DJ Lagway, okay, yeah, he got an interception. Dart got two interceptions, two TDs. Lagway, two TDs. Montrell Johnson for the Gators ran one in. Eli Badger and Jaden Bow both ran one in. So it was, thrown up between them. Freaking Jackson Dart, those two interceptions, much more dangerous. Caden Lee for Ole Miss and Trey Harris both got a TD. Their kicker, Caden Davis, got two extra point attempts, and you know, but I told y'all, Florida's coming up. These folks have been watching what their coach is doing, and Lagway. Okay, I hate saying that it was a good thing for a quarterback to go down, but then playing two quarterbacks, that was hurting them. Well, now it's one cohesive unit, and look what they can do as a cohesive unit. Texas A&M and Auburn. I don't even know where to begin on this one. I'll be honest with you. I don't know where to begin on this one. This was four overtimes. Four. Texas A&M just couldn't put away Auburn, and Auburn said, "We're not giving up this time." A&M, I can't brag enough about how well I think that Elko has done at Texas A&M. Them most likely being an 8-4 team. Well, you know what? That's actually good considering what he came into. But Hugh Freeze has finally got his team going a direction that he wants them to go. Okay, he got it going late. He got it just not in a good way, but Peyton Thorne, he pushed for it. Their Auburn defense pushed for it. Freaking Marcel Reed, Texas A&M's quarterback, got sacked 4 times. Yeah, this was a high scoring game, but you know what? At the end of the day, Auburn wanted it more. I don't know what Mike Elko's got to do. I know Mike Elko wants to have gone to the college football playoff his first year as head of such a big time school. But considering he got them back to winning ways, nobody should say anything. What Mike Elko did is amazing. Hugh Freeze is still up in the air, but this kind of win and how they play Auburn next week, oh, that's going to show out. Let me tell you, Texas A&M just found out why playing in Jordan Hare Stadium can be so dangerous. But yeah, this was one heck of a game. I'm not even going to go into this one that big. Notre Dame 49, Army 19. Am I saying the Black Knights are a bad team? No, I am not saying the Black Knights are a bad team. But Notre Dame is that much better of a team. They are. They are that much better of a team. Yeah, Army's defense was a little bit better than Navy, but in all honesty, if Navy couldn't beat them, I knew Army couldn't. What's this leave for Army? Well, they're more than likely going to be the AAC champions. Well, it depends because let's see how they rebound. Navy didn't rebound that good off of them. Tulane is going to be fighting hard. Why? Because Tulane's kind of ascendant program right now. But I told y'all Notre Dame was going to mollywop them, and they did. Indiana, Ohio State. I was expecting a little bit closer of a game, but Indiana just didn't fight for this game. Ohio State went in there wanting to throw their weight around. They are the Ohio State. They're the only ones worthy of playing Oregon in the conference championship. That was their thought process. Indiana was just thinking, okay, well, if we lose, we're probably still going to be in the college football playoff. Why should we really do that big of a thing? That's the only thing I can figure out from this score. I mean, Indiana's quarterback got sacked 5 times. Their offensive line was not in the mood to win. Will Howard had 1 interception. That was it. Tyson Lawton for the Hoosiers, sorry, was their touchdowns, whereas Will Howard gave one to Trayvon Henderson, one to Will Howard, and then Emeka Egbuka got a receiving touchdown, and Jelani Thurman got a receiving touchdown for Ohio State. Ohio State just wanted it. They wanted it. They want the national championship. That's the only way to talk about it. They're probably not happy. I'm wanting to see when they play Oregon again. I think on neutral ground they're going to win. This is going to be an interesting situation in the Big Ten. But they only have 2 college football playoff teams that should actually be in there. Indiana's going to get in there just for the simple fact of their record and their Big Ten. That's it. They're not getting in because they're actually worth anything. Okay, I knew this game would be one to watch. I did not think that it would play out this way. But it was at Kansas. Colorado, I told y'all, they're pushed themselves and pushed themselves. Well, Kansas, they're coming off a big win. They're wanting to go to a bowl game, and Colorado stood in their way. Colorado, I'm not saying they didn't want it, but they probably worn themselves out getting as far as they have this year. And all praise to Colorado Buffaloes, all praise to Coach Sanders, Coach Prime, and the Colorado Buffaloes are a team that, man, they are something. And going 8-3 up till now, wow. But Kansas wants something. They do. They want something. They're playing Baylor next week, an upsurging Baylor. They want to say that they deserve to go to a bowl game, so they're going to fight for it. Colorado just, my thought process is they've just run out of steam a little bit. They've been pushing so hard. They've had to fight for so much, and this game they couldn't do it. No matter what. I mean, Shedeur Sanders got 3 touchdowns passes. They got some decent rushing yards. I think that's what killed them right there, was them not being able to rush. But Travis Hunter got 2 TDs. Jalon Miller got a touchdown. But Jalen Daniels for Kansas, well, no, it was more Devin Neal for Kansas. 3 touchdowns, 207 rushing yards, 37 rushes. Yeah, Devin Neal got a TD, but from catching, but it was all Devin Neal. And for some reason, Colorado didn't have an answer for him. I know they tried, but man, this just makes Big 12 just in a worse situation. BYU 23, Arizona State 28. Number one, this was at Mountain America Stadium, which is Arizona State Stadium. Arizona State has been fighting. What Kenny Dillingham has done with this team is wow. That's the only thing I can say. Wow. BYU, Maybe they're another team that they went past what their abilities were. I don't know. Can they still come out of it with the 10-2 record? Yeah, they've got to face Houston next week. Yeah, they can have a 10-2 season. That's still impressive. Are they still got a chance in the for the Big 12 conference championship? Yeah, but it's Colorado's probably knocked themselves out. Arizona State and Iowa State right now, they're probably in depending on what happens at that Arizona game next week. That's going to be a big. I mean, it's a championship. What do you or not a championship, but a rivalry. But yeah, Arizona State, y'all have a team and a half. Sam Levitt took this team and put it together. Cam Scatabo put it on his back. I mean, these guys just they were fighting hard. And listening to Kenny Dillingham this past week, yeah, I kind of figured that Arizona State was fired up enough for this. Man, BYU's got to be feeling let down right now. We'll see what happens in the Big 12. BYU may still have a shot. I don't know. It's going to be how everything plays out next week. The college football playoff picture just cleared way up. But that doesn't mean that the championships for these conferences got cleared up in any way, shape, or form. Army and Tulane are still playing for an AAC championship. I can't tell you. Miami's going to be playing in the ACC championship, but I couldn't tell you who they're going to be playing against. Seriously, because yeah, Clemson maybe no. Clemson's in a dead heat right now. Big 12 championship, you don't know who's going to win a game there. Colorado could still make it depending on what happens next week. That's how crazy this is. SEC championship, well, it got cleared up a little bit. Probably going to be Texas Georgia, but then again, though, well, don't know. Yeah, college football playoff picture might have cleared up, but not the championships for the conferences. This is going to be one heck of a photo finish. Thank you for watching this video. I've had some fairly good success with all of my redneck sports stuff, and I hope you enjoyed the topic. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, all that rigmarole, and also just let me know what you want to hear about. I'll give a redneck spin to this stuff. Let me tell you, I love sports. So I love people that want to join me in that. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.